Cheers, guys. Welcome back.
Week 14.
Another year, another dollar. We'll get right into it with last week's scores. We'll start with me and Dustin. How about that, since that was the power play of the week?
Yeah, it looked pretty grim for you when we did the vlogcast. I think it was on Tuesday. But then it ended up being really close, 6-5. It could have easily been 6-6. You guys split it basically right down the middle.
Dustin got a win on Sunday afternoon that took the win category away from me. And just so you know, I think if that trade that I had with you was forced by me playing Dustin that specific week. Honestly, if I was playing anyone else, I don't think I would have done it. But Dustin, that was a realization for me that I better do something or this is going to be in the playoffs.
All you needed to do was pick up one hitting category in your offense.
Exactly.
Numbers in the outfield haven't been good, and you picked up a top 5 outfielder in the bigs.
I'm pretty pleased with that one. So
I'd say probably number 4 outfielder in the bigs right now.
Dustin, I'm hoping for now a 7-5 playoff win. I'd take that.
It's interesting. I was at a wedding, and I was talking to one of our mutual friends about how our baseball league was going, and I said I think that the matchup that tankers in this week is the championship, and I think it's going to be that way.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, not for me, but for you. I don't want that to happen.
Next,
let's talk about my favorite game of the week. 7-4 victory for me again in the second straight week, which doesn't happen very much this year. I had all of the hitting categories in a 7-4 win, which is interesting because last week Marcus was the exact opposite. He had terrible pitching and great hitting, and he just completely flipped it. He had great pitching stats, but not enough consistency there.
Now here's the question, Stefan. You just sold away Miggy and Kutch, but you moved up to 6.5 in the playoff spot.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
The old Theo Epstein mantra of rebuilding now, but still trying to win. I have picked up 3 keepers for next year in my pitching staff.
You got some really good pitching for next year, don't you?
Yeah, because the realization that I'm not going to win this year is pretty much there, but still be in contention. I feel I'll still be in that 6th spot for playoffs.
I think this is a quick one to go over. Derek and Teresa, 9-1 win. What more can be said? Moving on.
Yeah. Matt and Brandon?
A win. For Brandon,
7-5.
I mean, that's kind of expected, right? That was just close matchup between 2 bad teams.
Interestingly enough, the way that everything went this week, one guy would, well, except for the last one we just talked about, dominate one half of the scoreboard, and it would be the other person would dominate the other. Brandon, you won all the pitching stats. Matt, you won all the hitting stats except for stolen bases. He got 7 compared to your 2 or 3, and that's what was the difference there. But Brandon, pretty good record the last couple weeks.
Yeah. Now, if we look at the other blockbuster matchup of the week, David and Dudley, this is basically the championship outside the championship.
Yeah.
If Dustin
probably.
and I don't make it, then this is it right here, I think.
Both of you had sub-2 ERAs. Dudley had 1.99, but that's still sub-2 if I did my math correctly there. So
does his pitching still suck, though?
I mean,
I'm going to go with yes.
Just for the comedic part of it, yes. But, I mean, shit, man. You really responded to our criticism.
Did you see his wins and his quality starts?
No. Oh, I did. I just don't remember.
It was ridiculous. Look at this right here. I know early in the week it was outrageous, but he finished with 12 wins, 11 quality starts. I mean, that's...
And you're streaming, guys, but you still have a sub-2 ERA.
That's got to be nearing a record right there.
How do you stream and are that good with that? Not that great of names, but...
that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'd be proud of that week. I mean, the scoreboard didn't reflect it, but you really corrected that pitching issue.
So congrats to that, I guess. Moving on to this week.
Begrudgingly. Yeah, we'll talk about... let's go...
I've got the matchup with Dudley.
There's a fight
right
going
now.
on upstairs. Tanker, because you lost 6-5 last week, I'm giving you a 6-5 win.
Dudley's sweeping right now, 5-0, but he has a 36 ERA and he's 0-for-1 on the night hitting.
See, we got your confidence up with your pitching by giving you praise.
Yeah, and now you have a 36 ERA, so suck it, Carlos Carrasco.
Yeah, that's not a good ERA. You want that to be lower.
I'm hoping for 8-4. That's what I'm shooting for. I want to show Dudley what's up. That's my goal.
I mean, hey. Since we're doing our host games, Stefan and Teresa, I have me winning 7-4 for the 3rd straight week in a row, just because it'd be awesome to have the same score 3 weeks in a row.
I'm going 9-3. It's a hopeless team on the other end, really.
Yeah, I hope you keep it up. What you're doing, Teresa, that'd be good.
Derek and Brandon.
So, I actually think Brandon's team's on the up and up. And Derek, besides your 9-1 win, which was kind of an inflated score, I think you're going to pull it out, but I think it's going to be pretty close, like a 7-5, 6-5 win for you.
You can always count on Derek to pull out the close one.
Yeah.
David and Matt. Now, this is probably not going to be entertaining.
So I did the scores just because I'm a teacher on summer break, and I have nothing to do. So I wrote out what I thought the scores would be, and I have David winning 8-3. I think Matt will get a couple categories. He'll probably tie one. But David, even though I traded you Miggy and he got hurt like 2 days later, you still have a very good team. And I still think
I'm going to say 10-2 win on that one. Despite the Miggy to the DL, you still have 18 first basemen that are better than anyone else's but Dudley's. And this is the second straight year, by the way, that there's been a blockbuster trade that got hurt day of. As you remember, Derek, last year when you gave me Tanaka. Yeah, so I'm happy to pass the torch on. Thank goodness.
I was thinking about that on the drive over, that if I would have waited like 3 more days to make a trade, I probably wouldn't have gotten what I got for him.
No, you would have got nothing for him.
Would he be back by
How lucky was that?
Borderline, yeah.
And then we got Dustin and Marcus.
I turned it. Yeah, Marcus, have you losing 8-4?
Wow.
Because you keep doing well on one side.
I mean, Dustin, like we've been saying this for weeks now, he has to lose eventually, right?
And we're going to get to that in a little bit,
now,
like in 30 seconds.
And I looked at my thing. I was on a 7-game win streak until last game.
Yeah.
And I have 4 losses on the year, 2 to Dustin now, 1 to Dudley, and 1 to Marcus, which is a blowout for that odd week, clearly. That concerns me, though, that I can't beat the top competition.
But now you have a top 5 outfielder.
Now I have a top 5 back. Again.
Back. Yeah, you gave we tried, and then okay. We should have just tried to work something out, and you never would have given.
That would have been nice.
In the first place.
So now we're gonna play a little percentage game.
Yeah.
We'll start with the first question. Somebody outside of the top 7 teams makes the playoffs. That's Brandon, Matt, or Teresa. What chance is that?
So Matt and Teresa, you seem like really nice people. I've never met you, and I'm not trying to like count you out, but I am counting you out. You're not going to make the playoffs this year. Brandon, though, you are 13.5 back of me, which is not that much. I mean, you can make that up in a couple weeks. So I give you a 33% chance of getting into the playoffs. It's a significant chance. It's more than we thought you'd have a couple weeks ago. So that's my percentage on that.
I'm going to go ballsy here. 60% chance.
Ooh.
And I'm counting on Brandon again. Now, you've just given up 2 of your key pieces.
Yes.
You're on a little hot streak with them. Now, without them, I'm not sure that you're going to sustain this.
Again.
We'll see. Marcus, up and down. Who knows?
He's going to tank it.
I think so, too. Yeah. Brandon, moving up. I think they're going to give the 6th seed, Brandon.
It wouldn't necessarily be bad because I'd get a better draft pick. I'm not going to win this year. But, hey, 33, 60, we'll see who's right.
That's interesting.
The next one.
The other side of the league.
Dustin wins the league. So it's him versus everybody
the field.
else. I wouldn't, as a betting man, I wouldn't ever bet on someone against the field, but I will go pretty high and say you have a 45% chance to win a league because you are just consistent. You never have a bad week. You never have a week where you just tear the hide off the ball, but you're always having good weeks, 45%.
That's pretty good. That's a lot of percentages.
I know.
I'm going to say 33% chance because I'm going to say I have a 33% chance.
And you think the rest of the league has a 33% chance?
And then I'm going to say Dudley and David have a 33% chance. And I'm never going to count Derek out, so I'll give him the other one.
Gotcha.
That's not high enough, I know, but you know what?
I don't know about that math, but we're going to go with it. Yep. Okay.
I'm going to give him a third of the chance. And on the other side, we can just do this. Teresa finishes last
place. 91%, just because I felt like I didn't want to go with a solid 0 or 5 at the end of one. And I think you're going to finish last.
I'm going to go with 47 because Matt's pretty locked into that, it seems like, right now.
I don't know, man. He almost was 3-2 in the last 5.
I mean, it depends on Soler for you right now. I'm hoping that Soler comes back and
91% watch.
So,
yep.
We'll see.
Well, let's go to real baseball.
All right.
Well, we have one more. We're going to say that for the end. Let's talk about the Yankees staying in first place.
So that's a 5-way race.
Yeah, you could easily say
one's out
20, 20, 20, 20, 20. I give the Yankees the slightest of edge and give them 21% chance. They are the slightest of favorites in that.
I'm gonna say about similar. I'm going just a straight 20% chance.
Okay.
The
Can
Red
you go
Sox
20.01. Make them the favorite.
No, I'm not gonna make a move.
Okay.
I'm going to the pansy pick right here.
All right.
I think the Red Sox are gonna make a move.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get back in it. They're not far out, so they'll get back in
They
it.
were 5 games out of wild card 6.
I think the Blue Jays have a legitimate shot of making a move here and getting a pitcher. And they've shown in their history they're willing to go for
the
it.
latest to be linked to that, which would be
Yeah.
a big boost for them.
I mean, that'd be interesting. If any pitcher with a no trade clause is willing to do that, I mean, that's a bold career move. Tampa, it seems they just don't know how to die.
They just lost 7 in a row before yesterday, though.
And for half of the league, your O's, I mean, I don't understand how they keep doing this, but they're right there too.
You let the Rangers win 3 out of 4, and then they got demolished against the Angels in a 3-game set. So it's like the jack of all trades and the ace of none in the AL East. But 21-20, pretty solid, pretty close there. So Cubs making the playoffs this year. 2 wild card spots. I think they have a very good chance. I hope they don't make a move for a pitcher because I don't want them to sell their future. But I'm very confident in the Cubbies at least getting that second wild card spot. I put them at 60%.
Before last year started, I made a prediction that they would just miss the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick by that. So I'm going to say there's a 10% chance they make the playoffs. I think it's they're going to be this close. It's going to come down to like the last game or two of the season, and they're going to just miss out. Next year,
2016.
Next year they make the NLCS.
2017.
2017. We're celebrating in Chicago.
Game 7
Nope, we're celebrating in Chicago. David, I'll be on your
Steve
couch.
Bartman goes to his first game in
We'll be
12 years.
We'll be burning down Wrigleyville
13.
together. This is going to be great. 2017, guys. Matt, see you there too.
No Steve Bartman at that game.
No Steve Bartman. What's next?
Moises Alou maybe though. That's all the baseball ones we have. So we just have one more. One of the right? Yeah, that's all the ones we have. One of the players in the league keeps doing something that is really starting to annoy my friend Tanker here. You can tell us all about it.
What % chance is there that our friend Brandon Elias takes someone else's 10-year keeper the rest of the season?
I thought a lot about this when I was sitting on my couch this morning after a lovely AM morning run and crunched the numbers, and it's 100% guaranteed.
I will not disagree.
Mm-hmm. And I crunched numbers for a solid 30 seconds on that.
At least.
Maybe longer. Yeah. Maybe
I mean,
35.
I didn't crunch that. I just thought about it in my head. And
Yeah.
I'm going with
I mean,
100.
what else do you do?
That's 100.
Yeah.
It's a lock.
I mean, those
Don't
numbers
let
were
us down,
crunched.
Brandon.
They were crunched as much as
I've got Addison on the waiver wire right now. You can pick him up.
Gallows on the way.
Gallows. I mean, you're the Rangers fan. Do you want to talk about Gallo for a second?
No, I don't.
What's his future looking like?
Stop striking out so much. You had one really good 3-game set in the beginning, and then you've been terrible since.
Pretty terrible.
Something like, I don't want to talk about it. It's not good, and the Rangers aren't good either. Yeah.
I mean, he's still got a bright future, though.
I think so. He's pretty young.
Yeah.
He's no Bryce Harper.
He's no Bryce Harper. Well, the All-Stars come out tonight. We'll talk about that next week, along with first half awards and anti-awards.
And I won't get any of them.
All right.
Yes, sir.
See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.